Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in for this video. I am only going to cover Litecoin in this video. It seems like people are most interested in what Litecoin is going to do. Bitcoin hit the highs and is pulling back, and all the cryptocurrencies, in fact all the markets, are in a very dangerous spot, in a coiled up spot, because we're in the middle of moving averages. We've pulled back a little bit, and we're going to get a big move one way or another. We don't have to necessarily guess. We can just let the market pull us in, and that's probably the smartest way to do it, because we can't always predict the future. We don't know what's ahead. We have to sometimes assume we are wrong and daily try to be more right. That's going to be the best practice. If you look at Litecoin now, let me get rid of this percentage. If we look at Litecoin right now, it's at 76 bucks, 76 3/4. Okay, it's come from the 44 level. So right now, if we look at the daily and weeklies, we know it's been strong. We know that Litecoin is up. So it would not be crazy to see a continued pullback or a sideways situation, because anybody who bought the Litecoin around 40 or 50 now has a profit. We did see some selling from the 88.90 level, and we're selling again. I would not want to be a big buyer or a big seller at this level here, because there's risk involved. Okay, if we see Litecoin drop below both the 20 and 50 moving averages that I have here plotted, that would be bad. That would be more of a short situation, because we do have support in the 60-65 level. So I would want to see what it does there. If we see continued weakness, which is what I believe will happen. Now, if in the next few days this gets very strong, I would want to be a buyer towards the top. I don't want to be a buyer before that, because it could just be choppiness. If it's just choppiness, I don't want to participate in that. If it's just going to be bouncing around, I don't want to be in that. I want to be in for the next move. Okay, so if we look at the weekly, what's the next move? The next move will be a big charge towards 140. Okay, now I don't know what's going to happen between here and there, but if it goes up to 140, I want to be in, but the way I'm going to be in is using a stop loss. So maybe around 100, I would use a stop loss, a buy stop. Now, stop loss is deceiving, but it's a stop order. So I want to be a buyer above 100. In other words, if it starts charging towards 100, I want to be in. Until then, it's going to be messy and confusing. If we look at the daily again, I don't want to be pulled in just at the highs, because it could, spike and then pull back anyway, and I don't want to be pulled in that. So I want to use a buy stop. If I wanted to be conservative, I would start reducing my position. A lot of people that I talk to, they're just in it willy-nilly. They're not using any conservative risk parameters or things to protect themselves in case it starts to decline. And I don't think that's a wise strategy. You got to have some strategy. If we decline below that 68, it's going to be bad news. That moving average will start to give traders sell signals. If you look at the previous action, and Litecoin is very cyclical, once it took out the 20, it targeted the 50, and then the 50 was taken out, and then we had a bear wave for, what is that? I guess the whole month. And then we got above the moving averages, both moving averages, and we saw strength. So if you want to be a bull, you got to be a bull above both the moving averages, and that's 84. So until we see how it behaves at 84, you have to be in wait and see mode. That's what I think is going on right now, at least for this this week. We'll have more clarity going forward. If you're in Litecoin, you're in it for the big potential move. Bitcoin went all the way up to its highs. Will Litecoin be next? The way I see it is Bitcoin is like the gold and Litecoin is the silver. So gold and silver, gold is the big daddy, the main mover, and then silver gets the spillover effect of people who want to play catch up. Litecoin is similar to Bitcoin in that way, that when Bitcoin makes the big moves, some of that money, some of that hype will go into the Litecoin to play catch up. If you look at BTC or LTC divided by BTC, if you look at this, I love looking at this because this does work for silver and gold. So I also believe it should work here for Litecoin and Bitcoin. There's a big pent up, coiled up move in Litecoin compared to Bitcoin. The big moves in Litecoin are when this ratio shifts the other way. So right now, if you look at Litecoin priced in Bitcoin, it has not been favorable. It's been favorable for Bitcoin. So if you look at the same ratio the other way, if you look at Bitcoin priced in Litecoin, Bitcoin has been outperforming. The trend is continuing to go that way. We have no reason to believe it's going any other way, but we do see a bearish day for the ratio, which would favor Litecoin. Bitcoin must be coming down more than Litecoin, so Litecoin is outperforming. If this ratio gets below the moving averages, then it's going to be good for Litecoin outperformance. Does that mean Litecoin will go up? Not always, but I do believe that this ratio will spin the other way. It would be part of a big move for Litecoin. The only thing is I hope it's not all the cryptos coming down and Bitcoin coming down further. So it's just something to watch over the next few months. You want to keep track of that ratio on the bullish days and weeks. I'm going to leave it right there. Let me just pull up the month, the week, the day. I can't show you the action on the hourly. It is starting to get a little bullish on the hourly, but you always want to focus on the big picture and not get pulled in on the shorter time frames. The bigger time frames are always more important. I hope this video was useful. If you have any questions, go ahead and send them, and I will be happy to give you any free information that I can. Cheers.